So Arizona, they're going to a Holiday Bowl, right?
Welcome on into the AZ Wildcats podcast, live from Studio K, presented by our good friends over at Circle K. As this podcast is always presented by Circle K here in the great Circle K Studio K studios. We're also presented, Kevin, by our fine sponsors over at Branded Bills, of course, which I'm rocking as always, and Captain Morgan. As I said yesterday, I'm always drinking it behind the scenes. You guys just don't know it. Love our good friends over there. BrandonBills.com. Of course, check out the campus collection. Check out the best U of A headwear in the game. BBPHNX and get you 15% off. And then, of course, go on over and get yourself some Captain Morgan rum here for you. The ship, the Captain Morgan ship, no longer in the great state of Arizona, but be on the lookout for the Captain Morgan ship wherever you may reside. And head on over to CaptainMorganShip.com in the meantime. But Kevin, we have a big day today, and I know I just named 3 presenting sponsors, but we got another thing to talk about right at the top of the show. Of course, it is our day of giving here at ALLCITY Network at PHNX Sports, and that means that we are collecting donations. If you guys are watching on a computer, just scroll right underneath the chat. You'll see a donation link to Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, of which all 100% of the proceeds that are donated will be given to that charity, great organization that does a lot of really good work here in this country. And then, of course, we also have some thresholds to reach for you guys. If we do reach those thresholds in terms of donations, we will, of course, be donating, I guess, our time, our energy, our resources here with the AZ Wildcats pod into doing these, scenarios here. So once we get $50 worth of donations, we will take a shot of Three Amigos tequila, as you guys know that me and Kevin tend to do often on this pod. $100, we will see us crash a PHNX Sun Devils podcast. $200, we will do the Burke out with one Becky Burke, Arizona women's basketball head coach, where she will put us through the ringer and embarrass us in the process. Kevin and I probably throwing up in the bushes about 20 minutes into that Burke out, if you will. And then $300, if we reach that amount, Kevin and I are going to come down to an Arizona baseball game in the spring, do a 999 challenge. All of you guys are invited to participate with us. We'll find a bleacher section. We'll sit down. We'll do it. We'll have a good time. Even if you don't want to participate, you can laugh at us, make fun of us, film us, put it in the Discord, have a good time. And then, of course, $500 worth. Kevin and I are going to do a 24-hour live stream during March Madness, which will include Arizona's matchup in one of the first 2 days of March Madness. If you guys can somehow get to $500 donated in this show, in this hour, Kevin and I will be doing a 24-hour stream during that time period. So, lots to talk about off the top of the show here, Kevin, but we're going to keep referencing it all throughout the pod. Please donate anything you can. You can donate, I think, as little as $5, and that so much as helps us reach our goal here. That's 1/100th of the way to our ultimate goal. And that's one way to think about it. So, if you guys can give anything, if you are super chatters, hold the super chats today, donate to Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America, and let's help make a difference in the meantime. But Kevin, we got a lot to talk about when in the Arizona streets as well. I'm, of course, Damon Fairall. He's Kevin Thomas. We are the AZ Wildcats pod. We are in HQ3 here in lovely, beautiful downtown Phoenix, and we cannot wait to bring you guys all of the latest bowl projections today from the Arizona football side.
I'm pumped, and you mentioned the donation side of things. We already have a $20 donation from my mom, June Thomas. So
Shocker.
Thank you. I know. Shocker, June Thomas sending us some bread. Very, very happy with that. Very charitable. Thank you to you as well, Mom. So, yeah, you talk about the bowl projections, Damon. We're going to get to that here in a second. I'm preparing those for us at the behest of this year podcast. But most importantly, I think we should probably start this with a conversation that you tipped off at the before we went live today of BYU potentially messing all of our plans up. We've already talked to Espo, we've talked to Shane, we've talked to the people here at PHNX, and we're like, Holiday Bowl? We're there. San Diego? We're there. But you're telling me pre-show, Kevin, BYU could ruin this for us. You didn't say it like that exactly, but that's how I heard it. It sounded like BYU could ruin our trip to San Diego before we even get there, and I'm not very happy about that. We know Kalani Sitake, the rumors of him going to Penn State, from what I'm hearing when I got into the office today, are dead per crumble cookies. And, you know, I don't know how I feel about that, the bland cookies and all of that. But, yeah, could BYU actually ruin our Holiday Bowl plans, Damon?
Yeah, it seems like the most likely outcome if Arizona does not make the Holiday Bowl, that it will be in large part because BYU does not make the college football playoff. So I think as Arizona fans, we need to be rooting for a second Big 12 team to be in the dance so that it just kind of brings everyone up else a notch on the ladder. And so, yeah, it does feel like that BYU aspect of things is going to be very important here. When discussing what that means for Arizona's future in particular. But yeah, I mean, listen, I think BYU should make the playoff even when it has nothing to do with Arizona's odds and future. Like, you can't tell me that the regular season matters and then all of a sudden keep out BYU when their 2 losses are going to be to Texas Tech, who is a legitimate national title contender. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So I really think BYU needs to be in this college football playoff. I do think it's going to be very impactful on Arizona's odds here in the very near future. But it would be kind of disheartening, I think, Kevin, if we were thinking Holiday Bowl, we were thinking as big as Holiday Bowl, and then all of a sudden we just kind of get slapped in the face with an LA Bowl hosted by Gronk. Like, that would be. No offense to Gronk. Like, I know the goal at the beginning of the season was bowl game or bust. Like, it wasn't exactly necessarily like, man, we need to, definitely make a bowl game or, make the Holiday Bowl or else it's a disaster season. But at this point, 9-3, like, we deserve that type of bowl game, no?
Totally do. I think the season that Brent Brennan has had, you deserve a very memorable bowl game. You deserve that type of experience, Damon. And I think when we're talking about the preseason goals for this Arizona team, I kind of think that this is, yes, beyond what we maybe initially expected the team to reach. But once you're there, you want to be a part of that. You want to be there. You want to be in the big bowls. And like you said, no offense to Gronk, but I would love to see him give Anthony Totri a little bit of a noogie. And that's not going to happen if Arizona is in the LA Bowl. You know what I mean? So I need that LA Bowl bad, Damon. I need it bad.
Yeah, it does feel like the bowl game that we do not want here, the LA Bowl. You said you need the LA Bowl bad, I think.
Oh, my bad.
You don't need the LA Bowl.
No, I do not need the LA Bowl bad. I need to avoid the LA Bowl bad is what I was trying to say there.
Yes. We definitely need, to do our best here to try to speak it into existence because, it doesn't seem like the Alamo Bowl is too much in the cards, which is interesting because, it was the bowl game that Arizona made when they went 9-3 the last time in 2023. But now it seems as though BYU, if they miss out, would potentially be in the Alamo Bowl, which I think goes to show how stupid the ASU fan argument that our Alamo Bowl doesn't matter was, considering that the first team out of the college football playoff is going to be gifted an Alamo Bowl appearance. But it's just it would be really disheartening to get the Vegas or the LA Bowl, I think, at this point because of what the other bowl games mean, what they have been throughout history, what the Holiday Bowl kind of means to Arizona. Like it kind of is that we've made Fiesta Bowls in terms of New Year's Six bowls, but after that, Holiday Bowl might be like neck and neck with the Alamo Bowl in terms of best bowl games Arizona's ever played. And so this would be a big opportunity to go up against an ACC school too, which was like. Feed me an ACC school.
Oh yeah,
that feels like a good chance to get a W as well in this bowl game.
Dude, Arizona would have won that conference.
Yeah,
the ACC,
100%. I don't even have a doubt in the world about that. The ACC was garbage.
Yeah, not good.
Really, really bad.
Not good. And I do have an update. Deborah Owens with a $30 donation to Big Brothers Big Sisters of America.
That's her second
you.
donation, by the way. Deborah Owens is the GOAT.
Yeah, Deborah Owens, not only a GOAT of this chat, of this channel, of every podcast that we do, but also of charities worldwide, nationwide. I said that in verse, but you know what I mean. And then we also have an anonymous donation for $5. Thank you to whomever that was tuning in today. That brings us to 55, Damon, and I don't know if you know, but we have just reached that $50 tier on the right side of your screen, which means we will be celebrating with a shot of Ramona's Reserve from our friends over at Three Amigos. Thank you, Three Amigos. Thank you, Deborah Owens. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you to my mother. Thank you to Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Appreciate everybody.
Ooh, that is good. Ooh, that is good. Thank you, donators, for that.
I took another shot earlier, Kevin, on the PHNX D-Backs podcast.
You did.
We knew that today was going to be about me potentially just getting drunk at work. It's get drunk at work day. I'll tell you what. I'll even add in another threshold. Like we get like 150. I'll do another shot. I'll do another shot. I'll do my third shot of the day, Kevin.
I'll sign myself up for that too.
Sure, absolutely. But I don't know. I don't know if I could do it without my friends over at Three Amigos Tequila.
No.
Like if this was your regular old run of the mill well tequila, get the hell out of here. I'm good. Give me the Ramona's Reserve, however. I'm drinking it all day long.
Yeah, no, definitely drinking it all day long. We have a $20 donation from AZ Cats G.
Wow.
Another legend of this channel.
He absolutely is.
Thank you.
I said hold the super chats today, and AZ Cats G said hold my beer. I'm about to give you 4 times what I typically do a super chat for and donate to a good cause in the process. We appreciate you, AZ Catch G. What does that put us up to, Kevin? $70?
We are at 75, only
$75.
12 minutes into the pod. So thank you for the generosity to everyone. Obviously, we want to hit that $500 goal. That is our big goal today is $500, 500 smackaroos, USD, whatever you want to donate for a 24-hour March Madness live stream like Damon said. If you want 24 hours of these two, if you want me and Damon getting delirious over the course of a day live for your entertainment, make sure to drop.
How do you think that would go eventually, Kevin? Like there would be a point probably where I know how you get, like you're a very positive guy, but then every once in a while you get a little tired.
True.
And then it's just Kevin's out.
Yeah.
Kevin's out all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I know that I would get cranky at some point too. So there would definitely be like at least a couple spats on that podcast of just like, Shut up, Kevin. Shut up.
There would definitely be some moments where it gets a little testy. Me and Damon maybe not speaking to each other for 20 minutes of the stream. But I think overall it'd be a lot of good times. Me and Damon would find a way to pass the time. Maybe a little bit of gaming, one-on-one, head-to-head, mano-a-mano. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not going to find out unless y'all donate money. So
we appreciate you anyways, Roberto. You know, hey, you didn't need all the plaudits and all the superstardom. You just did it for the good cause, right? And that's what we appreciate you for. But thank you so much for your donation, Roberto, and everybody that donated here in the chat. Somebody has asked the question. It was Vero Beats AI, and they wanted to know out of curiosity, what are the chances of the Sun Bowl now?
I think that's Finn.
Finn?
I might be wrong.
Okay.
I took a shot in the dark there.
Let us know in the chat. Real Pigeon says unlikely. We should be above the Sun Bowl. Vegas and Holiday are above the Sun. It does seem like the fallback for Arizona would potentially be the Vegas Bowl. The doomsday scenario, and this is in a very very doomsday world, would be the LA Bowl, in which we did get a projection today for the LA Bowl, and I was shocked to see it, Kevin, because it just doesn't really make any sense for Arizona's season that they just had. But why don't we take a peek at some of these bowl projections here?
Well, hold on, because the donations just keep rolling in. Harvey Manfriend Jensen with $20. That brings us up to $95, just 5 away from our next goal of crashing probably Thursday's ASU pod, and that deserves a DJ air horn. This is for all the donators so far, because I did not know we had this sound effect in our bag, so here it is. That is for all the donators in the chat today. That is for Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, and we are, like I said, are now just $5 away from our goal of crashing Totri and Eric's podcast, and I know y'all want that.
What should we talk about, Kevin?
Probably our undefeated November, which included defeating them.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I was thinking maybe some Territorial Cup action as well. Maybe just hopping on set. Hey, remember when you guys all projected W's?
Yeah,
Remember
they're
that?
popping in talking
With
about
Jeff
their recruiting
Sims?
class, and we're just like, oh, that's cute because our class is so superior to yours. That's awesome.
Very
you guys got a
true.
3-star today? Oh, we got 3 4-stars today. So that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are trying your best.
ASU did have a good, I will say, they did have a good recruiting day today in football. And Arizona didn't add any recruits, did lose a recruit in Michael Lange, who was one of the lower rated recruits here in this class. So maybe not the end of the world here, especially after bringing in Just Morales, a 4-star O lineman. But yeah, it's listen, Arizona's recruiting is taking an uptick. Another prospect that they brought in, another recruit that they got in yesterday, Kevin, the second recruit of the 2027 class, another Trey Smith. We're losing our Trey Smith, and so we got to hit our Trey Smith quota. So we brought in another Trey Smith, and then this guy is a pretty damn good football player out of Williamsfield in Gilbert. He's a high 3-star. Apparently, a lot of people saying he's trending towards being a potential 4-star. So a good get for Arizona and Brent Brennan here in the 2027 class. But now it is time to talk about our bowl projections, Kevin. We do have some bowl projections here. Did we get another?
I can't stop cutting you off because they can't stop donating to Big Brothers Big
honestly,
Sisters.
it's starting to get to the point where I might just quit the podcast.
Hey, I mean, if we hit our goal, and if that means you have to quit the pod, I'll take the $500 to a good cause because we have Anonymous with a $50 donation from Anonymous.
Wow.
50 big ones.
We're at 125 now?
Yeah, until G-Rod donated 5.
So we're at 130.
We're at 130 now,
Damn.
big dog. And that means
we are, in fact, crashing
Thursday,
the ASU pod.
Bang. You see it on the right. Thank you to all our donators. We're not even halfway through the pod, Damon, and we're getting there. We're getting like a third of the way through already. This is incredible. Thank you to all the very generous chatters. Now let's talk bowl. Let's talk bowl before we get another donation, and I have to interrupt you again.
All right, let's go ahead and do some bowl projections here. Throw on the screen whatever you want, Kevin. We got a few of them. So I believe this was the CBS Sports?
I believe so. This is the large one that was sent in.
I believe this is the CBS Sports one. I should have labeled these a little bit better, but CBS Sports has the Alamo Bowl as Houston versus USC. So Houston getting a better bowl game than Arizona, I believe, in this circumstance. The Sun Bowl as ASU SMU. The Vegas Bowl as Illinois versus Arizona. The Holiday Bowl being Utah versus Pitt. So I think that this is this is the scenario in which Houston gets put above Arizona, which is interesting, Kevin.
That is interesting. It would also be interesting to face Illinois in a football context. I feel like the two fan bases usually beef over hoops, and now they'd be beefing over football.
A little Vegas action on the 31st of December.
Will Kylan Boswell be in attendance? Will Kylan Boswell be there? That changes how I feel about this, because if he's there, we discovered on yesterday's show that he should not be there. So honestly, I'm not too mad about the Vegas Bowl against Illinois. I like some of the storylines there. I'm just happy that Arizona's going bowling. Am I alone in that? I think like once you get to the bowl, you want the best bowl that you can. I think that's kind of where you're at, potentially. Correct me if I'm wrong. But for me, I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my. Spam the air horn. Spam the air horn.
What do we get?
Spam the air horn. Norin Rudin. $300. $300 from Norin Rudin to Big Brothers Big Sister. All
of a sudden the 24-hour stream is looking like it's gonna happen.
Whoa. Play the air horn again.
I told Kevin put the threshold down because we're going to try to be realistic today, and I think the people responded by saying, okay, let's do it then. I respect it.
300. We're at 430, Damon.
Damn, Norin.
My
man.
Norin.
And you know what? Helping a great cause, Norin. Big Brothers Big Sisters doing great work, trying to, obviously better the lives of children in this country that are less fortunate. If obviously not everyone can donate their time, what it takes to become a big brother or big sister, because it is such a time-consuming thing, but the money helps so much in such an impactful way. So, Norin, unbelievable stuff, man. And Noren says
That's
he wants that Becky
unbelievable.
Burke posted online when you two try keeping up, worth every dime.
You got that, and you got the 999
And you got your 999 challenge. And guess what, Noren? We're going to be posting both of those online for you because we will, in fact, be doing content for both of those things. And yeah, man.
How do we do a show now? That was so generous.
That was generous as hell.
It's
my man.
Let me hop on a soapbox.
Noren might have just taken GOAT status from, seriously.
Whose chain did Noren just snatch? Whose chain?
Was it Max's?
Was it Sam Albert's? Was it my mother? Did you snatch my mom's chain, Noren?
Damn, Noren the GOAT. So far, Noren, that is the most generous donation we've received here at PHNX Sports today. I have a feeling that it's going to be up there towards the top when it's all said and done. Unbelievable stuff, man. That's truly, and means the world to me and Kevin that you would do it on this podcast and that we could be a part of getting that done. But yeah, man, I promise you, we will in fact be posting that content for you because we owe it to you. We owe it to you now.
We owe it to the kids.
100%. Here, the thing about Becky Burke, and here's the one thing I will say, she is in season. So we will hit up the powers that be, and we will make this happen. That is a guarantee. Becky Burke has a withstanding offer to us on this podcast, live on air, of doing this.
She said she'd be our accountability buddy.
It's possible she might not be willing to do it during the season, which is going to be fine. If that's the case, we'll do it in the very late spring, early summer, and we promise that will get done. So we appreciate you. 999 challenge will happen as soon as baseball season starts as well. So we're going to film both those things. But Noren, the absolute GOAT here on this podcast. Unbelievable stuff.
Says, Noren, you can have my chain. Well deserved.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, thank you, Noren Rudin. That was incredible. That was truly incredible.
I don't want to throw smut on CBS Sports jacket here because it was not, in fact, CBS Sports that did that projection. That was Sports Illustrated that did that last projection, Kevin, that I'm looking at here. That's the Vegas Bowl on New Year's Eve, which, you know what? I think as far as locations, it could get a whole lot worse than that. It really could. Would I want to be in the Holiday Bowl as well in San Diego on January 2nd? There's no doubt about it. That's my preference. I've made that very clear. But I think that we can still have a good time in these other places. Hopefully, with them being a bigger bowl game as well. But we do have some more projections here that we can get on screen. This is, I believe, the Athletic, New York Times, the Athletics Bowl projections that they came out with earlier today. They have Arizona in the Sun Bowl facing off against Clemson, who is Clemson 5-7?
Are they really?
They went 5-7.
Dabo, what happened?
I don't think Clemson is gonna make a bowl game if they're 5-7. Actually,
that's insane.
No, they're 7-5. That's a typo on the account of the Athletic. Because I saw from Brett McMurphy that there's enough teams in the field that are 6-6 where no 5-7 teams will be making a bowl game this season. So, yeah, I think, you got the Sun Bowl versus Clemson there. Can you throw that back on screen one more time?
Of course.
And so you also have the Vegas Bowl going to Utah versus Nebraska. You have the Holiday Bowl being SMU versus Washington.
Man. I see you, Jay Meisner. I see you. He sees that we, at the bottom of the screen, need $70 to reach our $500 threshold. And what has Big J done?
Man.
Big J got it done. $70.
Did we set this goal way too low? I was trying to be realistic.
I was with you. I'm thinking, okay, like 1,000.
We did 200 on D-backs. We're not even 30 minutes into the show and we've hit our $500 goal.
That's just how Wildcats get down, and you deserve a DJ air horn. We have 500, Big D. 520.
Wow.
520.
That's special, guys. That's special. We might need to come up with another thing by the end of the podcast. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Wow.
I mean, I think honestly, Damon, you and I said a while ago that if Arizona won a national championship this year, Final Four, we'd do a 24-hour stream. We might get to do it anyway off the strength of the generosity of these people.
100%. Wow.
Shane said for $1,000, this is ASU producer and our head production man, Shane, said he would join us for $1,000. So if we can get another $480, you can subject Shane to 12 hours of these two Wildcats.
Man.
This is unbelievable. Genuinely,
It's hard to
chat,
do a show with you guys and how generous you are.
Genuinely, chat, thank you from the bottom of my heart, Damon's heart, big brothers, big sisters.
I got to do another shot. I said I'd do another shot at 150.
How do I get loaded up for this shot? I don't know. But
I got you.
But look, man, this is incredible. While you load that up, I will thank each and every donor in the chat. Shout out to Daft House for that one. Each donor in the chat, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Incredibly generous, incredibly kind. It is going towards a good cause. And I don't know. I'm just thankful that we have this kind of chat. As Damon said earlier, like D-backs, they got to 200. We are at 500, 25 minutes.
Which was incredible.
It is incredible. I'm not trying to poo-poo that.
No,
I'm
for
saying
sure.
This level of generosity is felt, it is appreciated, and it is special. So this is the kind of community that we're building here on this AZ Wildcats pod. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got a lot of comments rolling in. June says keep it going. You guys need to come up with another goal for 750 from Sam Alberts. I don't know. I was talking to Damon about getting like a Wilbur tattoo for $1,000. Should we just roll with that? But now I'm like,
I think that's got to be the one for 1,000. Right. Shane will also obviously he would jump in on the 24-hour stream. And yeah, man, wow, that's crazy.
Max with a devious idea. If we get to that band and Shane has to join us, we're doing 12 hours of Territorial Cup rewatches.
We're only watching the ones that we want to watch. We're watching 2014. We're watching 2023. We're watching 2025. We're just going to pick and choose the years that count in our book. And so, man,
thank you, chat.
Unbelievable, chat. Unbelievable stuff. We do have to think of something. I got to think of something that I can accomplish as well for the.
Could you accomplish what Sam Alberts just suggested in the chat? He said Damon gets Tommy Lloyd's face tatted on his butt for $1,000.
Man, I can't look Tommy in the eyes potentially down the line.
It'd be hard to look him in the eyes if he's there anyway.
That's like the white whale of this podcast from an interview standpoint. And all of a sudden, I gotta look Tommy in the eyes when I know he doesn't know, but I know. I got a picture of his face on my ass. Like that, I don't know if I could live with myself doing that. That would be crazy behavior.
No, that's crazy. This is crazy. We have to hit an ad break here, Damon. There's a lot going on. There's truly almost too much going on. But we'll be right back.
Like Totri just checked in right now. Maybe like Totri Damon celebrity boxing tournament.
Totri Damon like Olympics. Like doing like a triathlon type of vibe. Anyway, we have to take a first break here on the AZ Wildcats podcast. We'll be back talking Bulls, Danny Gonzales, and praising all of our donors here in the chat. Thank you, and stick around. Rally House is special. Truly special. You go into some of these other memorabilia and merchandise stores, and you don't know really, you kind of know what you're going to see. But you don't know what type of quality you're going to get or what variety you're going to get. At Rally House, you know it's high quality, and you know you have some of the craziest variety of anyone, anywhere in the country. I'm talking everything from jerseys, to keychains, to shirts, to hats, to posters, to board games, to coasters, to lug nuts. Do you know what a lug nut is? No? They have it for your team at Rally House. It is truly the go-to spot to represent your favorite squad. If you're up here in the Valley, they have locations in Tempe, Mesa, and Glendale. But if you're not in any of those three locations, do not worry. Do not fret. They have 39 pages of Arizona Wildcats merch and memorabilia online. So you can shop their entire product assortment online at www.rallyhouse.com. Honestly, right now in another window.
Shout out Rally House. Shout out our good friends over at Circle K, who of course sponsor our great Studio K here at PHNX HQ3. We love Circle K, and we love how much savings Circle K puts in front of your face on a daily basis. If you're an Inner Circle Rewards member, you are saving, tons of money every single day, filling up at the tank, and just taking advantage of the 3 cents off per gallon that you can save on every fill up, 5 cents off once you reach premium status. And of course, do not forget, Kevin, that on your first 5 fill-ups, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon. If you guys are on the lookout for their fuel days, which are of course exclusive to their Inner Circle Rewards members, you can save 40 cents off per gallon on those days. So always be on the lookout for the fuel days. And then of course, they got the great snack deals, the great meal deals, the great Polar Pop deals. Everything is a deal when you're an Inner Circle Rewards member. And it is just the best way to get the best bang for your buck when it comes to shopping at a gas station or a convenience store in the great state of Arizona and really just across the country, because Circle K has become a worldwide phenomenon, not just here in Arizona, but we know that in Arizona, it is just like, it's the thing. We've talked about it before,
Number
Kevin.
one.
Is there another business, if you had to guess, business they had the most locations in this state? It's without a doubt Circle K, right? Like, it's not even close.
No.
I think Circle K is the Arizona business when you really, put it truly together. And if you're an Arizona resident, you got to be an Inner Circle Rewards member. So sign up today. Go download that free app in the App Store. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details. And now, Kevin, I believe we have another shot that we have to do.
Oh, yes, we do. Thank you to everybody in the chat that has donated. Thank you to all our donors. Shout out to Daft House. Because I was saying donators, and that is not proper. It is donors. So salut. Thank you to all our donors. Thank you to Three Amigos. Thank you to Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. Man, thank you. Salut. Man, that was good. Smooth, well-spiced, and sweet. That Ramona's Reserve is
It is
truly
spiced
top class.
very well.
Yeah.
It is spiced very. That's the spice is the right name for it. Truly.
Yeah.
But
Before we transition to our next topic, Damon, people in the chat are talking about our tattoo idea.
Mm-hmm.
Roberto, the coffee guy, says, if basketball wins the Natty, Kevin and Damon should both get something tatted. Not going to say where. That's up to y'all. And I wanted to broach this conversation on air because Damon and I, anytime we're tasked with doing something like this, like raising money or doing a challenge or making a bet, right? I always throw out tattoo bets. And Damon's always like, wow, Kevin doing something that he wants to do anyway as a challenge. And that's true. That is true. But I don't know because you don't have any tattoos, Damon. So if Arizona were to win the national championship this year, and if we were to agree to this, right, you would have your only tattoo likely in your life be an Arizona Wildcats related tattoo, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it is a little bit random in a way. But you're from Tucson. How would you feel about that? I wanted to ask you.
if they won a natty, I'd be down. That's good karma. I'm willing to put that in existence. That would mean everything to me. I don't give a rat's ass about tattooing my body if Arizona is cutting down nets at the end of the year, Kevin. That's a trade-off and a deal with the devil that I'm willing to make. So do what you got to do, Arizona. I'm in. If that's what it takes, I'm in. Seriously.
Another air horn. That's Ty Pelly, 4434 with $20 to Big Brothers, Big Sisters
Another
of America.
huge donation. We appreciate you, my man. Kevin, we really do have to come up with something else that we could do to make these donations keep skyrocketing, keep going through the roof here. Yeah. This is special. This has been an absolutely special half start of the episode, and we still got a long ways to go here on the AZ Wildcats pod throughout the day. I do want to just kind of finish out these bowl projections, Kevin, before we get too many more donations here in the chat. This is ESPN. They got Arizona going to the Holiday Bowl, and that's right. That's Mark Schlabach. You're damn right, everybody. That's the Mark Schlabach, the guy who wrote, of course, the DeAndre Ayton article, the one who had all the alleged Sean Miller allegations, the one who went into hiding after Arizona fans scared him out of tweeting ever again. And he's projecting Arizona to get the Holiday Bowl versus SMU. So interesting from there.
The Adia Barnes Bowl.
The other one being Pittsburgh versus U of A in the Holiday Bowl. 2 Holiday Bowl projections for ESPN. Hopefully those are the ones that end up being right. Kevin, throw another one on screen for us. Let's see what we got.
We got a trio. Pittsburgh versus Washington in the Holiday Bowl. And then in the Sun Bowl, Wake Forest versus ASU. And in the LA Bowl, hosted by one Robert Gronkowski, you have SDSU in Arizona.
This is the Sports Illustrated projections, Kevin, and this was the lowest I could find out there on the internet. They have Arizona playing in the very first bowl game of the entire season on December 13th, which is in just a mere, less than 2 weeks in the LA Bowl here. And then they have ASU getting a bigger bowl game than Arizona in the meantime.
That'd be ridiculous, objectively. I think it would be ridiculous.
That would be insane.
And I don't know if I should take this take to the pod on the airwaves, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you people. I'm going to speak truth to power, you people out there. ASU is an industry plant program, bro. If this is what happens, if Arizona gets an inferior bowl to ASU, what is the logical reason for that? Besides you want ASU in the limelight more than Arizona, right? It doesn't make any sense. Give us a better bowl game than ASU. We earned it on the field. I guess not we, but the Cats on the football team earned it by beating ASU's football team in their own house with all the chips on the table, top 25 on the line, all that. So you should give them a better bowl than the first bowl of the year. And honestly, you should give me and Damon a little bit extra time to travel. So I would not like that, to be honest with you. The whole Gronkowski of it all would be really cool. But I think it'd be really unfortunate to go to a bowl hosted by like one of your most famous alumni, and you're kind of bummed about it because it's like a demotion from where you could have been.
After the Kansas game, I was cool with the LA Bowl, but that was 4 wins ago, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what Pigeon said in the chat. I saw that prediction 3 weeks ago when we were 6-3.
Yeah, for sure. And that seemed realistic when you were 6-3. And I checked Pigeon. That was via Sports Illustrated yesterday.
Wow.
Their yesterday's bowl projections that they came out with. You can look up Sports Illustrated bowl projections. It'll come up in the news articles from just Monday. They went ahead and projected Arizona for the LA Bowl. Not a fan. Don't think that's going to be the case. And if ASU somehow gets a better bowl game than Arizona, that's where we well and truly ride in the streets. Kevin, we've been calling them an industry plant football program under the table, kind of behind the curtains for this better part of this whole season. Really, since we went to Frisco, right? And it felt like Brett Yormark was waving maroon and gold pom-poms around the entire time we were in Frisco. And I like Brett Yormark. Like I'm not actually like talking crap, but like it does feel like the Big 12 really wants ASU to be like the main character. Right? They bought into the ASU's a sleeping giant as much as anybody. And if this is the case where ASU somehow is gifted a better bowl game than Arizona despite having a worse record and despite losing to head-to-head, that would be just flat out egregious. And we riot in the streets if that happens. But
absolutely.
I mean, I hopefully that shouldn't be the case. I do think we had one more. I don't know if you grabbed it yet, Kevin, but I would like to put it on screen. It was from it was the first one I sent. It had like a darker background. It was from Projection Sports.
Let me grab that really fast.
Yeah, no doubt.
Set it up and I got it.
So this is the last one, and these guys, like, this is kind of their thing is projecting bowl games. So makes it a little bit interesting here, and it does kind of feed into the fears in which I had, Kevin, when I was trying to tell you about potentially what could happen down the line if BYU was to potentially miss out on the college football playoff. So in this scenario, BYU misses the playoff. BYU goes to the Pop-Tarts Bowl against SMU. Washington's in the LA Bowl. Everybody laugh at Gronkowski. Everybody laugh at Jed Fish.
Gronkowski laugh at Fish.
Yeah, you laugh at Jed Fish, Gronkowski. The Alamo Bowl is Utah versus Houston. So another 2 Big 12 teams, Kevin, in the Alamo Bowl, neither being an Arizona school. Arizona in the Las Vegas Bowl versus Iowa, which actually would be kind of a fun game, I think. It'd be, I think Arizona, that's like, in terms of opponent, that could be one of the better games that you get. And then you have Georgia Tech and USC in the Holiday Bowl, which is, what we're looking for here. And then ASU versus Pitt in the Sun Bowl.
Honestly, we're going to talk about the conversation, but I really appreciate the way that this account that you grabbed this from kind of organized this, because this is a lot of information to get out there. But I do like the Las Vegas Bowl here against Iowa. Talk about a game that could just get ugly. And I'm not talking about like a blowout. I'm talking about like the way that this game looks, right? If Arizona's defense plays Iowa's offense, they may never score. If Arizona's offense plays Iowa's defense, it's going to be an uphill battle, right? That is a time and tested, tried and tested defense over there in Iowa. That would be like a 17-14 football game, man. And I'm not trying to downsell the Daggy offense. I'm actually just trying to big up what Iowa's been able to accomplish over the course of their time there. But that bowl game actually intrigues me. From like Damon knows this. I'm not the biggest football guy, but when I do like football, it's like the sicko level stuff. Like, give me 2 defensive giants in a game, and I will eat that up, right? But just put like 2 good teams in front of me, and I'm like, oh yeah, that game is on. Right, that Iowa-Arizona game would fire me up, and the merchandise, the vintage style merchandise for that, the Hawkeye logo with the Wilbur logo. If you throw it up there, ooh, that would go hard. So yeah, I'm not mad at that.
There's
Damon.
the Lute Olson Bowl. They're calling it Iowa-Arizona.
The Lute Bolson? Sorry. How would you feel about the Iowa versus Arizona Las Vegas
Listen,
Bowl?
I think if Arizona's not going to make the Holiday Bowl, the Vegas Bowl would be a decent consolation, right? But if it's less than the Vegas Bowl, that's when we start to have problems. If it's the Sun Bowl, if it's the LA Bowl, that's when things are starting to not look right, and you're all of a sudden being like, really? That's what they're getting to Arizona. So hopefully it's the Holiday Bowl still. That's where I'm going to continue to hope for San Diego. I tweeted it on with my show tweet today, Kevin. Take me home to the place that I belong, San Diego. You know, it's I'm pretty sure that's how the song goes, Country Roads, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's all I care about. That's all I want. But hey, if it leads to us partying in Las Vegas, Nevada for Nevada on December 31st, it's not the end of the world.
Connor in the chat says his girlfriend went to Iowa and he does not need that drama on New Year's, and I can appreciate that.
I do appreciate that too. Yeah. You want to go into the new year with good vibes, Connor, not at each other's throats because it means
both
everything.
Teams to win a bowl game, so that you both can be like, this is the best. We're on top of the world.
Absolutely.
Iowa basketball is good right now too. I'm pretty sure. So
have we thought of anything that we could add to this donation here, Kevin?
Okay, this might be a cop out, but what do the people want? You guys got us here. So what do you guys want as a reward?
It was hard enough to come up with 5 things.
Exactly.
And we did 6 because we did another shot.
Exactly. So if whatever you guys want within reason, me and Damon will try to accomplish for whatever. Well, let's just make it $750, you think, Damon?
Sure,
we're at 540, $750 in the next 20 minutes. That is, I think, doable by the standards of this incredible chat today. Shout out to MVP donor Norin Rudin for the 300 big ones.
$750. We'll take another shot
and do whatever y'all want.
And then something else we'll add in addition. That'll be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever you guys want within reason, we'll do that for the $750 goal. Make sure that is known. Damon, are we done with bowl projections, and or do we have more?
I believe that is the final bowl projections. That was Sports Illustrated, CBS, ESPN, The Athletic. I tried to grab like the biggest, most knowledgeable, reputable sports organizations out there, including Projection Sports, who kind of specializes in this thing. It does seem as though, just to kind of make a long story short, that BYU and their placement in the college football playoff is going to have a big time effect on Arizona football and where their bowl game ends up. So if BYU is rightfully picked for the CFP, then Arizona should hopefully get the Holiday Bowl, which would be the best case scenario. If BYU unfortunately does not make it and the Big 12 gets disrespected in yet another way, despite having a season in which they beat every team except for one team that they played all year long, which arguably you could say is the best team in the entire country if you really wanted to make an argument about Texas Tech and how good that team, it really has shown that they are all season long. So it's going to come down to BYU, and I know that my guy Lost Highway in the chat probably hates to hear that, but brother, we're all Cougars today.
Wow, how far we have come on this podcast.
We're honorary members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Welcome to the show.
I don't know if that's how that works legitimately, but we'll run with it. And I will say this, Damon, on the bowl side of things, regardless of whether BYU ruins it for us or not, Danny Gonzales is a real reason why Arizona is in a position to even be in a bowl game in the first place. Mm-hmm. You could argue Danny Gonzales is a majority percentage of the reason, right? Being the leader of that defensive unit from the sideline. He today was listed as a top 15 semi-finalist for the Broyles Award, given out to the most outstanding coordinator across the country. And you and I were talking about this pre-show about how, I tweeted it like weeks ago. I was not first to this. I'm not trying to say that. But I'm saying I'm on the bandwagon with you guys. Weeks ago after the game, one of these wins, I tweeted, my vote in the ballot for Danny Gonzales for the Broyles Award. He has been so good for this Arizona team. He has taken a defense specifically, that was injured, ineffective, poorly conditioned, poorly coached last year. And that's no shot directly at Dwayne Aquina. I think he was, working with a bit of a mixed bag in a lot of ways there. Some players half in, some players half out, right? But what Danny Gonzales has come in here to Tucson and done is nothing short of outstanding.
Yeah.
Right? And I think if you're looking for what a Broyles Award winner is, it is, I feel like, in my opinion, the coordinator that, in relation to the rest of their staff and players, led the charge to success.
Elevates.
Raised your floor and your ceiling, and that's Danny Gonzales. What was the reasoning for Brent Brennan to promote Danny Gonzales to DC? It was his history. It was his resume. It was the fact that when Danny Gonzales gets a hold of a defensive unit and leads it, they're usually top 10 in the country, right? They're usually in the upper echelon of defenses in college football. And when he was hired, or promoted, I should say, I guess is the proper term, people like me, like Damon, were kind of saying, like, respect to his resume, respect to what he's done, but he was the linebackers coach for a unit that wasn't outstanding last year. And he gets a promotion upwards, right? And Danny Gonzales came in and said, hold my beer, hold my resume, let me show you how I do it. And I think for the success that Arizona's had, propelled by the defense, led by Danny Gonzales, he deserves the Broyles Award. And he definitely deserves to be a semi-finalist, but I think he should take the whole thing home.
Yeah, I agree with you. There is, in fact, a way that you can get involved and vote, Kevin. And all you have to do is head on over to broylesaward.com/vote. And a submission form will come up. You can just choose Danny Gonzales as your addition, and you just got to plug in an email. It's that simple to try to help Arizona's defensive coordinator, the rightful winner of the coordinator of the year in this country, win that award. Because you're right, like it's not a situation where I got someone respond to me and say that Matt Patricia, the DC at Ohio State, who's been in the NFL, should win the award. What did he elevate, Kevin? The best defense that won the national championship last year to being the best defense that wins the national championship this year? That's what we're giving out the coordinator of the year award for? Like, to me, I agree with you. It's who did the most with the least.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that Arizona has a bunch of scrubs on their defense, because they don't. But they had a defense that was largely in place last season that finished, 15th? We showed yesterday on the show?
I think I still got it in here.
Yeah, I mean, let's throw it up on screen. 16th out of 16 in overall efficiency, up to 4th this season. Screw the other stuff. Let's just look at that. You went from the worst defense in the conference overall to top 4, to top quarter. If that's not the Broyles Award winner, I don't know what is.
To back up your point, Damon, average passing yards allowed from 12th to 1st in a conference where preseason we were talking about, is this the quarterback conference? Do you need one of the top quarterbacks in the country to win in the Big 12?
Yeah.
And the answer was yes. The Big 12 has some of the best quarterbacks the country has to offer.
Yes.
But Danny Gonzales' defense, if you're watching it, you would not know that. You would think that some of these, like, look at what Sawyer Robertson, let me pull up his stats, because I don't want to talk out of my rear end here. But I feel like what Danny Gonzales' defense has been able to do all year is take successful offenses and minimize them, right? He's been able to take successful offenses and kind of turn them, like, for example, like, this is a perfect example. So I'll just take this last 3-game chunk from Sawyer Robertson, right? And I'm just going to give you the yards and the touchdowns. Against Utah, November 15th, Sawyer Robertson threw for 430 yards on 58 attempts with a completion percentage of 50% for 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Against Arizona, in that Danny Gonzales defense, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Against Houston, it's right back up to where he was before. 309 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, right? Not the most gaudy stats in those 2 games sandwiching Arizona, but you can tell a stark drop-off in production when he went from facing Utah's defense to facing Arizona's defense, and that is not a coincidence. He had by far, I guess he had his second to least amount of yards this season when he threw for 137 against Cincinnati, right? But this Danny Gonzales defense is special. It's taking NFL quality quarterbacks and making them pedestrian. That's what it's doing.
Yeah.
And that's Broyles Award quality winning, or Broyles winning quality coaching.
I think it was Brett Gleason that tweeted it. So if it is, I'm going to find it here in just a half second.
I think it was. If this is the tweet I'm thinking of.
8 straight opponents against Arizona have had under 200 passing yards, the longest active streak in the FBS. The last Big 12 team to have such a run was Mizzou on an 8-game run.
Shout out, MIZ.
In the 2004 season, Kevin, Mizzou held 8 straight Big 12 opponents to under 200 passing yards. I mean, it's remarkable. The Big 12 has been the passing conference. Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield. Like,
was Kyler in the Big 12?
Yeah.
At the time? Yeah,
absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I didn't know if they had made that move yet.
Brock Purdy.
Time is a fake
like,
thing.
the Big 12 has been, and the Pac-12 as well, but the the Big 12 has produced a ton of quarterbacks that have made it to the next level, but it's always been, even the guys that don't make it to the NFL have been putting up gaudy statistics in this conference for the better part of 15 years. And the fact that Arizona is able to go in and say, this is the quarterback conference and we're still going to shut down this defense, like, is so indicative of how Danny Gonzales has changed this defense this year. And I don't know that there's been a better defensive turnaround in the country or a better offensive turnaround. Frankly, I think it's just the best side of the ball turnaround in the country. And we talked about the offense and how the offense, it got better in every area, but it didn't necessarily get elite in one area. It got average from bad in a lot of areas, right? The defense went from bad to elite in one season. Yeah. And if that's not the Broyles Award winner, I don't know what is. Like I said, you can go to broylesaward.com/vote, give yourself an opportunity to impact this race and help Danny Gonzales get the job done here. But I did want to clear something else up in the chat. That Pigeon asked the question of, I thought we were in the pool with the Pac-12 opponents. This is how I think that it works. So, maybe I'm wrong. This is how I think that it works. BYU, if they don't make it, will get probably the best bowl game that a Big 12 opponent could get, which would be the Pop-Tart Bowl. If BYU does make it, Utah then goes from third and moves their way on up to second. Or I'm sorry, not up to second, but they would move their way on up to that Pop-Tart Bowl appearance, which would then open up the Holiday Bowl for the next place opponent in the Pac-12 Big 12 strength, which would be hopefully Arizona. There's some people that are having Washington in there, some people that are having USC in there. USC could also get the Alamo Bowl potentially, so that's one of those to look out for as well. But I think USC and Utah have a big impact on where Arizona is going to be, because those are two schools that most likely could get above Arizona, but are in the Pac-12 pool with Arizona. And then BYU, while not in the Pac-12 pool, could affect where Utah ends up going to and what their heights that they could reach. I think. That's how I understand it. Pigeon, if you have a better understanding, then throw it here in the chat. You said that Utah wouldn't get the Pop-Tart Bowl, but I think that one of those projections that I showed had them in the Pop-Tart Bowl. So unless those people are just straight up wrong, which I guess is possible, I don't know.
Well, while you check that out, I'm going to go ahead and throw to our second to last ad break here on the AZ Wildcats pod. Stick around. Maybe check out the Broyles Award voting site while we're doing this ad break, and leave a like. And if you want to look extra cool when you attend Arizona's upcoming bowl game appearance, the best way to do that is with our friends over at Shady Rays, where you can get 35% off polarized sunglasses with promo code PHNX. And if you need 2 testimonials, just go ahead and tag Tom Lemke. Go ahead and tag June Thomas in the chat, because they hit me up. Yes, they are my family, but they hit me up and said, hey, we need sunglasses. Does that Shady Rays company really do good work? And I said, oh my goodness, yes. Use that promo code PHNX. Get 35% off of the most stylish, polarized glasses in the game. Because you know that moment. We've all had that moment. You throw your sunglasses in your car, you drive to your destination, maybe you're going on a hike or something, and you forget them in the car. And now all of a sudden, you don't have your sunglasses. And that's awful, right? You get back in the car and you're like, wait, they're not in the car. Where did I place my sunglasses? I thought I knew where they were. You've lost your sunglasses, my friend. You've lost them. And like some other companies, they might make you just buy a new pair. They might make you say, hey, that money you spent on the first one, run it back. Spin the block again. Pay us some more. Shady Rays is not with any of that nonsense. Shady Rays has the best lost and broken replacement policy in the entire game. Kobe knows it. Kobe did this during an ad read. He got his confirmation number. He emailed Shady Rays. They said, hey, we got you. Stuff happens. Here's a new pair of sunglasses so you can rock Shady Rays. So we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use promo code PHNX for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. Don't listen to me. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
We love our friends at Shady Rays for always keeping us stylish and also just being a responsible addition to the closet, yes. Right? Like, you know you're never going to lose out on that Shady Rays deal that they have in place there. And of course, we need you guys to go get the ultimate stalker stuffings this holiday season, and that is our friends at Arizona Lottery. take advantage of their holiday scratchers with over $80 million in prizes available this holiday season. So there are 6 scratchers to choose from that are festive in the holiday sense. Cash Countdown, which has $250,000 in prizes, and Candy Cane Cash, which smells like peppermint when you scratch it off. So a good little fun game to play there. Nothing like doing one of those scratchers on your own, Kevin, and getting the feeling of winning that money with that ticket in your hand. You can go find holiday scratchers at a Arizona Lottery kiosk of your choice. I know that at Circle K, they oftentimes have a lot of Arizona Lottery kiosks, so that's a good location to go check out those Arizona Lottery scratchers. Play and gift today with Arizona Lottery and take advantage of the free gas for a year promotion that's going on in conjunction with our friends at Circle K. Arizona Lottery wants you to know that 2 Players Club members will win gas for a year from Circle K, and all it takes is 100 Players Club points. So all you need to do to get those 100 Players Club points is pick up a $10 lottery ticket.
That's it.
Once you do that, you just head on over to azplayersclub.com and you receive 10 points per dollar spent, Kevin. So you just got to buy a $10 lottery ticket, head to azplayersclub.com, plug in that ticket, and you will get the $100 or the 100 player club points that you are needed to enter into the free gas for a year sweepstakes that Arizona Lottery and Circle K are doing in conjunction with each other. So make sure to enter that by December 31st. That's New Year's Eve, for your chance to win big.
That sounds like a great deal. And I just want to give another thank you to every donor that has participated in today's show so far. We are at a whopping $540 donated and raised for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. Like Deborah has been saying in the chat, they do a ton of really, really, really great and really important work in our community. So thank you for being a part of a good cause. Happy holidays to everyone involved, wherever you do celebrate. I know it's only December 2nd, but it's that time of year. It's Holiday Bowl time of year, and that's called the Holiday Bowl for a reason. And Damon,
I do want to clarify. I think Pigeon actually is right. I'm looking at the Pop-Tarts media projections here, and a lot of it is BYU. So it's supposed to be given to the number 1 Big 12 team that doesn't make the playoff. But with the tie-ins to Pac-12 teams and how that works right now, it won't go to Utah. It won't go to Arizona. It won't even go to Arizona State. I believe it'll go to Houston, who is below all of those teams. So, and then even they have some projections for TCU to make the Pop-Tart Bowl.
That's crazy.
Absolutely insane, because TCU kind of sucks.
Kind of
sucks.
Yeah.
So if they got a bigger bowl game than Arizona because of some stupid tie-in rule, that would be absolutely ridiculous. But I did look up. It does seem like Utah is maybe the favorite for the Vegas Bowl. Hopefully, even if BYU gets the Pop-Tart Bowl and they don't make the playoff, Utah gets the Vegas Bowl and U of A gets the Holiday Bowl, which is still possible.
Yeah, it is still possible. And Damon, when we're talking about like Danny Gonzales for the Broyles Award, can we talk about Brent Brennan for Big 12 Coach of the Year a little bit too? Because I don't want to say it too loud, but it feels like he did the best coaching job in the conference this year.
Are you going to give it to Sataki, who has one foot out the door and is
not anymore,
is calling out every team in the land, saying, "Hey, what can you offer me? What kind of NIL package are we talking about in Happy Valley? Huh?"
He's got 2 feet and a tray of cookies in the door. So I think he's all good now. But like, it really does feel like Brent Brennan, Kalani Sitake,
Willie Fritz.
I
think that's it.
I think maybe does Joey McGuire get a shout just for being the best team? I know that's how, like, you know how I mean? Like, sometimes they have the
most expensive team in America. It's how I feel similarly about
I don't think he should win it.
Matt Patricia for the Broyles Award. It's like, what is he supposed to do? Lose?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's my point, is that I don't think Joey McGuire has done anything like dictating that he should be even in this conversation. But I feel like his name's going to be in that final ballot because he's just the coach of the best team. And if you're like, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're a voter and you're just kind of casually following the Big 12 season, you're like, oh, best coach is the team with the best record. That's just what.
Yeah, but if you're a voter, you shouldn't casually follow anything.
Well, I know that's
1000% be accustomed to what is going on in that conference. I know that that's not always the case, and that's
exactly
hopeful thinking. But I mean, when I look at this conference, I'm thinking, okay, BYU went 8-4 last season, 9-3 last season. and they easily could have made the college football playoff if their game against ASU, if that Hail Mary against ASU is 1 yard deeper, it lands for a touchdown and they beat Arizona State and they make the Big 12 championship and maybe they beat Iowa State and maybe they go to the college football playoff. Like, it really could be that big of a change, but that just goes to show that BYU had a hell of a football team last season.
Yeah.
And I know they lost Jake Retzlaff, and that's the one thing where I'm like, okay, I understand that. They lost their senior quarterback right before the season, and they brought in a true freshman, and that dude was nasty. And they didn't skip a beat. In fact, they probably got better. Bear Bachmeier is probably better than Jake Retzlaff, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. So, I mean, I think that that's the one thing where I'm like, okay, BYU, that was a great coaching job by them. But when I look at the rest of the conference, I think Utah finished in last place last year, and they got third. Yep. And they looked like vintage Utah, the team that is going to go 9-3 on their bad seasons and have great defense, and like they're not going to beat themselves ever. You got Arizona, who was in third to last season and couldn't beat anybody, and had zero expectations, because Utah had expectations despite being, a school that was terrible last season. They had expectations to be good this year. Arizona had bottom of the conference expectations and finds themselves in fourth place. And then you have Houston, who was similar. I know Houston was a little bit more of a popular pick than Arizona to have like the dream season that they just had, but they were in large part picked to finish like 12th, 13th. And Willie Fritz had a great season. So for me, it's about where your expectations were versus where your reality ended up. And for me, I think it's got to be some combination of Utah, Houston, Arizona. And I think when you put together that Arizona finished above Houston, right? They have a better record than Houston. They were not as sexy of a underdog pick as Houston. And Utah had expectations in the preseason. I feel like you can't argue that what Brent Brennan has done in terms of turning around this program has been the most impressive in this conference, and therefore he should get the Big 12 Coach of the Year award.
Very well said, right? I think like you bring up the point about last year's result. Okay, I know I said what I said about the voters, and you said what you said about the voters, but just to drive home the point, do you think every voter that's going to be doing Big 12 Coach of the Year knows what red line is? And I say that like half joking.
They better, man.
But if you don't, like,
it's a crime if you don't.
But it is, though, because like that is kind of the story of the Brent Brennan redemption, right? Is like that he took this team that won 4 games last year, got some new coordinators, and he completely turned everything around with this new moniker that he's got going on. It feels like he has the moniker, he has the team, he has the result. What else do you want, right? Like, this is a Big 12 Coach of the Year. Like, what are we talking about? I think it's crazy that we're talking about this, though. I was talking to Espo about this. Would you have believed me if I told you
no
at any point since Brent Brennan was hired before this season that he would be even in the conversation for Big 12 Coach of the Year?
I would have said I want some of what you're smoking.
It's crazy. Like, and I'm saying this to give credit to Brent Brennan, because I think it's very easy to crumble under the pressure of an entire fan base wanting you either gone, fired, or dead, right? Yeah. And come out on the other side like nothing fazed you. Like he says, right? Like he understands what is said about him, right? He's heard like what people are. Yeah, he knows. He's not an idiot. He's not totally tuned out, right? But he didn't let any of that affect
Every time we talk to him, I think I just feel deep down that he's like bringing up my old tweets in his head.
See, I don't even think the criticisms that we've levied are ones that he's even concerned about. I think this is more like the people that are like, even when he's winning, like, get him out of there, tarmac him after a road win, right? Like,
hire Daggy. We got that today on our account, Kevin.
Really?
Fire Brennan and hire Daggy.
Wow. See, I think that's the kind of stuff where he's like, that's not even fair to me.
It's not.
Because him and Danny Gonzales, one thing I will give them a ton of credit for, I mean, we give them credit for a lot of stuff, but one thing I want to especially give them credit for is they have an understanding that being criticized fairly means they care, means they want you to succeed, right? I think there are other coaches across the country, right? Like maybe even a Dabo Sweeney, right? Who, if he's getting criticized for a choice he made or a trend that's going on with his team, it's not Dabo, it's you guys. Why are you criticizing me? Who are you to tell me, Mick Cronin, who are you to tell me how I should run my team, even though you might be right, right? And I think, like, the fans weren't right in this case with Brent Brennan and Danny Gonzales, but credit to them for just keeping their head down and being like, you know what? We're lucky that we have a fan base that at least gives a damn enough to care who their football coach is, right? So credit to them, credit to Redline, and I think that Brent Brennan should be the Big 12 Coach of the Year. We're going to wrap up today's show here pretty soon, but we do have one more break here on the AZ Wildcats podcast to get to, so stick around, leave a like, maybe donate to Big Brothers Big Sisters during this ad break. Who knows? The husband and wife law team.
That's with a THE underlined.
The husband and wife law team. That is Mark and Alexis Breyer. And if you have been involved in a serious injury or wrongful death type of situation, Mark and Alexis Breyer are there for you. Phoenix is their home. They've raised their 8 children out here in the valley. And let's face it, after having a serious injury, pardon me, the combination of the coffee, the tequila, and the water is getting to my gastronomy.
That's all I'm running off this morning. Cold brew tequila and maybe like an ounce of water.
But if you've been in a serious accident and you have serious injury, you want to hire an attorney that's focused on your best outcome and not how much money the firm makes. And I think that's what makes husband and wife law team special, is because you'll go in there, and I say this all the time, but it's true. They're not blowing smoke. They'll tell you whether or not you have a case. They'll tell you what's good about your case, what's weak about your case, and get the information from you that they need to form a strong case for you. And if you're concerned at all about your case, you can reach out to them at any time to discuss anything, right? It doesn't even have to be related to the case. You can just tell them you had a turkey sandwich today and get off the phone, right? So make sure to call this number if you want to get in contact with the husband and wife law team. That's 602-783-8841. That's 602-783-8841. Or you can visit husbandandwifelawteam.com. That link is in our description below. And if you're like, I need one more reason, Kev. I need one more reason to call that number. They are one of the 1% that is certified in wrongful death and specialists in injury litigation within this here freedom state. So call that number at the bottom of your screen. Mark and Alexis Breyer, the husband and wife law team. Tell them the PHNX boys sent you.
Tell them the PHNX boys sent you. And also, if you guys need a spot to go hang out with your friends, maybe get some activity going in your life, and check out the new sport that has taken over the world, Chicken and Pickle is the spot for you. If you guys haven't played pickleball yet, you're missing out. It's so much fun. Everybody can do it, whether you're a kid, whether you're in the elderly district of age. It is fun for the whole family, and they have games from competitive level to amateur level over there at Chicken and Pickle. They have a location in Glendale. It's a huge facility, Kevin, the Chicken and Pickle facility. Indoor courts, outdoor courts, multiple bars, and some great food in the meantime. The food is really underrated. I know that you hear, the pickle part and you think to yourself, man, yeah, it must be pickleball. But it's not just pickleball. It's also because they're doing stuff, Kevin, like revolutionary stuff. I tried it myself. Brining the chicken in pickle juice.
Magic.
Slapping it on the grill. Giving you a nice roasted jalapeno with it. I mean, unbelievable food at Chicken and Pickle. I'm being dead serious. They have a whole rotisserie, chicken, little wheel thing that they got that they show you where you can watch the chicken get cooking.
That's fun.
It is pretty sweet. It is very much a 50-50 thing of great food added in with a great pickleball experience. And if you want to just hang out and bring the whole family along, it's a great place to go do so. Serving up good times on the court and great food in the restaurant. Chicken and Pickle in Glendale at Westgate, right next to the Cardinal Stadium. They offer great food, cold drinks, and lots of fun with indoor and outdoor pickleball courts and a game yard as well. Family-friendly fun awaits. Visit chickenandpickle.com to plan your visit today. The last part of that reading was getting really difficult on me, but I do love Chicken and Pickle. You guys are going to have to check it out for yourselves.
Check out Chicken and Pickle. Check out the donation goals on the right. Smash, 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 smash,
even
smash.
$5.
Hit them all.
Even $5, and you're donating to a great cause. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. We're trying to reach our goal. Kevin and I, we did, reach all of our goals here. As you can see, we have highlighted areas in the green. But if we do reach 750, we're going to owe you guys something. We haven't decided upon what that is, but it's got to be something worth it. Kevin and I are not going to just be like, oh, okay, we had to race each other for 7. It's like, no, it's going to be something that is like slightly embarrassing so that you guys get something out of it as well, similar to the Burkout, similar to the 999 challenge, which is going to be very difficult for your boy here. The stomach is not expanded to the point right now, Kevin. My appetite has not been good in the last like month or two. The 9 hot dogs seems like an impossible task that I am being placed in front of right now. But
you and I were talking the other day about
I'm going to give everything I got.
About that trend of people doing the TikTok with the four hot dogs and stuff. And I'm like, 4 hot dogs. It's kind of a lot of hot dogs. So,
it is. I've done the 999, and it was the 9th hot dog. I was in the 9th inning doing this.
The Joey Chestnut?
Literally. It was not a good scene. It was not a good scene.
At least you made it further than our guy Reese Goodall of the Rising Pod, who had to do like a hot dog eating contest, and he didn't even get through like 1.5 dogs.
I mean, I completed it. It just didn't wind up pretty after the game was over. But it was a completed challenge. Listen though, this next one, like, is it going to be uncomfortable? Yes. Are we going to do it? 100%. I'm not worried about the beer whatsoever, Kevin. I'm really not.
To be honest,
it's all the hot dogs.
Is it crazy that I don't know what I'm more worried about? Because I feel like when I drink beer, like I burp a lot, right? And so I feel like eating hot dogs with the combination of gastrointestinal issues, right? Maybe I get cooked. I don't know, but I'm excited to do it. Ty Pelly in the chat says you can do it. I'm assuming talking to both of us, but mainly Damon, because Damon was the one talking in that moment. So, yeah, Kobe says glizzies sound good right now. And honestly, a hot dog always sounds good. If you know me, you know I grew up on hot dogs. That is a fact. I'm a glizzy connoisseur in a lot of ways. That's all I'm trying to say.
I think just typical 12 ounces, Kobe, is going to be count as one. So if we're buying like Tall Boys or something at this baseball game, then that'll be 2 beers, and we'll go off of that essentially. But
you could do a 10-9-9 challenge.
Listen, I would be shocked if my guy Kobe was not in attendance with us at this 999 challenge game. I know how much this man loves Arizona baseball. We are going to pick an Arizona baseball game months out in advance. We'll find out which date is a good one, and we will go to that game and try to attempt the 999 challenge in that process. But everybody keep donating in the meantime as we wrap up this show here, Daisy Wildcats Pod, on a Tuesday edition. Kevin, how are we feeling about these Bulls? And after we lay all that out there, are we thinking Holiday Bowl is still like we feeling as confident as we were? Because it felt like, especially after Justin Spears is tweeting that the Holiday Bowl reps are walking past the Arizona media members going, "We'll see you in San Diego in a few weeks." Like, that feels pretty concrete, no?
Yeah, it does. And I want the Holiday Bowl. I want to go to San Diego. But honestly, I'm kind of where my head is at. I'm more so surprised that at this point, like, we're still so much up in the air. Like, I think coming out of that ASU game, like you alluded to, you and I are both already set. We're like, yeah, we're going to the Holiday Bowl, folks, right? And now it's like all these random variables that could affect Arizona's bowl placement. A lot of math, a lot of circumstances that could go down. So yeah, I'm all about it. But above all else, just happy Arizona's in a bowl game that we can watch and me and Damon can go to. And I'm very excited for that above all else. And I'm also excited about these donations, Damon. This is crazy.
No, you're right. Like, at the end of the day, the bowl projections are what's important. You know, the fact that you're even in that conversation, even if you end up in, like, say, the Las Vegas Bowl, it's still a good bowl game. And it's since taken an uptick from what the Vegas Bowl used to be, especially like back when Arizona broke its drought to its bowl game drought back in the day, Kevin, under Mike Stoops. We played BYU in the Vegas Bowl and got that W back in the day, and that was a monumentous kind of a momentous occasion for this football department and this football program. But it wasn't the bowl game that it is today. Like, now it is a Big Ten, Pac-12, slash Big 12 affiliated bowl game, and it hopefully should yield a solid game in the process that, even if you don't get San Diego, like Vegas on New Year's Eve, there's worse places to be. But what's up, Tyler Warden? Our next fundraising goal, we do, in fact, I think we were deciding that $750. Yeah. But listen, you know what? We're about to wrap up this show here, Kevin.
600?
Why don't we hit, if we can get to 600, Kevin and I will owe you guys something else here. We don't know exactly what this next one should be because we only came with 5 thresholds, and we absolutely destroyed those thresholds immediately. So
thank you.
We're at a loss for words right now. We will come up with something that's embarrassing or that, you know, would be well worth your guys' time, guarantee it. But if we can just get a mere $60 more by the end of the show here, as we wrap up this AZ Wildcats pod, we will come up with something else to do, and we'll do another shot in the meantime.
That's crazy.
You stuffed Totri into a shoebox. Yeah. I was saying, Tyler Warden, I was saying Totri Damon celebrity boxing could be a fun little threshold we reach here. And I guarantee if I approach Totri with that, he'd be down.
Like 3 90-second rounds?
Like, that dude wants to punch me in the face, Kevin. Right? Like there's a 100% chance he wants to. We're great friends. Don't get me wrong. I love Totri more so than basically every Arizona fan in existence, I would argue. But I know that guy wants to punch me in the face, especially after what happened on Friday's game. So
and we are
that would be a
the
pretty
air
sweet
horn.
one.
Cue up the air horn, Damon. Cue it.
Hell yeah.
$20 donation from Anonymous.
Hell yeah.
Anonymous.
Sounds good.
Philip Sullivan wants to know, can we do $1,000 for a joint stream with the AS Who producers?
That's pretty close to our $100 one, because we're not even asking if it's a joint stream. We're telling.
Yeah, we're taking over. It's a takeover.
I think Thursday's ASU show, Kevin and I are going to walk in. We're going to sit down, maybe just grab a mic and just start being like, hey, guys, we never really got to talk about that whole Territorial Cup situation. Thoughts?
Did you guys want some guests to talk from the winning side?
Thoughts?
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Sims emojis
for $1,000
in the chat.
For $1,000, I think me and Damon would love to do something like that. So.
Oh no, June, I won't make our sweet Kevin get hit. I won't make our sweet Kevin get hit. He'll be in my corner. We all know how much Kevin loves fighting. We all know how much he loves the fight game. He'll be training me. I'll be running. He'll be behind me, driving about 8 miles per hour in his car, just kind of pushing the pace a little bit. Like, we'll do some Creed style montages, but that would be fun.
There's gotta be Real Pigeon. Shout out to our favorite bird in the chat. Says $1,000 to get some seniors like Genesis Smith and Stooks on the show. LOL. We're trying to work on stuff to get guests on the show. We've had these people on the show before, but I don't think that's enough. That's not enough, right? I think
we'll get them anyways, free of charge.
Exactly, but I think for $1,000,
I'm working on it. I promise you.
I think for $1,000, Damon, we got to try to get like Genesis Smith to like dress us or something. Like Drip God Genesis Smith goes through our closet and says, "That's your best fit, my friend. Wear that on the show today.
Yeah.
Show up styling and profiling."
Genesis Smith fashion police.
Yeah. No. Fashion sergeant. We got another $20 anonymous donation. Cue the horn.
Brr, brr, brr.
All about it. That brings us to $580, Damon. We are just 200, or not 200. We're just $20 away from another goal. $1,000 for G Smith.
Yeah, $1,000, and we get to hang out with Genesis Smith is the goal. And he goes, what do I get out of this?
He's going through our closet like, man, this I can't select anything out of here.
Genesis is like, I don't think that I agreed to this one necessarily.
Yeah, we just threw that at him. But yeah, we'll figure out something for that. But
yeah, we have to. We have to come up with something good, and we will as soon as this show is over. We'll make sure that we come up with that. But let's get to this $600 goal that we have set out for ourselves here. Just $20 more. If you guys are in the chat feeling generous, donate $5, anything you can. It helps us get to that goal. And we're going to try to get to $600 here before this show is over, Kevin.
Tyler Warden says, hear me out, guys. Genesis will be an Arizona Wildcat next year.
Wow.
Damon, what are your thoughts? Does Genesis come back and try to raise that draft stock to be solidified first round?
Man, that's tough. It seems everything I've been reading has him like really taking a huge rise in NFL draft circles this year. So I don't know. I've kind of been operating under the belief that he's going to be gone, but I would love it. Selfishly, I would love it, Tyler. I mean, it's a situation where, I think that players a lot of times have to capitalize on their opportunities that they have, but if he's going to be like a 3rd round pick, I could easily, see him being like, yeah, let's go back to school and let's raise that even a little bit further, because I think if he's a 1st or a 2nd, you just got to go. 100%. I think you can't let that slide. You got to take advantage of that opportunity, but it will be interesting to look at, as you're saying, he's a fringe top 100 guy, outside top 10 at the safety position, and that he hurt his stock potentially in the second half of the year, maybe easing out on some tackles. We will see, but he still forced a lot of turnovers. I'll give him that. But I'm more interested to see in where Trayden Stukes and Dalton Johnson are going to end up, because I know Genesis Smith is an NFL football player at the end of the day. Those guys have not been necessarily in those projections, but especially Trayden Stukes recently, you've been hearing a lot of like, this guy's league. And usually when you hear that, it's because they're good enough to be in the league. Like, that's what we heard about, like, TJ McConnell, for example. I know it's a different sport, but it's like, no, everyone doubted that dude. What? The 6'1" white point guard is going to go in the NBA and play for 10 years, Sean Miller? You're a crazy person. Then TJ McConnell's in year 11 in the finals, leading the charge. Like, it's remarkable in that regard. And I think that, you know, like, if people are talking about Trayden Stukes as being a guy that's going to make an NFL team happy, and it's everyone around this program, I think Trayden Stukes is going to be an NFL football player.
I do agree with you, Damon. I feel like, what was it, Joe Salavea that tweeted that the other day about how he had the opportunity, the blessing to go play in the league, and he's I don't know what that one was, and he is lucky enough to have played in the NFL, and he sees an NFL player when he looks at Trayden Stukes. And I think, obviously, yes, he's a coach on his team. What's he going to do? Say the guy's not league? But he does not have to go out of his way and make that tweet. He does not have to go out of his way to say, I've been there. He's good enough to also have been there, right? And I think that is something you should notice. Like Joe Salavea, how many NFL players has Joe Salavea coached, do you think, Damon? A ton.
Yeah.
A ton, right? And so for him to look at Trayden Stukes, not even in his position group, and say, you know what, that guy's a problem. He is a problem. To come off of, what was it, like a year plus off for Trayden Stukes? It's not like he's just been like rolling right through into the year. He played really well 2 years back, starts last year, gets injured, misses a ton of time, comes back like nothing happened. Right? Was it his first game back, Damon, that he had that huge, he was playing around in the backfield in his first game back? Maybe his first snap back. I remember you and I talking about it like, oh, Stukes is back, boom, impact on the field. That is an NFL caliber player. You see it when he's on the field. You feel it when he's on the field. That's how you know that he's different. We talk about it with high school players in basketball, right? You watch high school ball of these NBA guys, it's clear as day. They are better and more impactful than those around them. Stukes, Smith, Johnson, like they're in that kind of category of like, they're just better than the players that they're trying to go up against. That's a fact. They work harder, they're more athletic, and they're better at the sport of football. So, yeah, I want to see Stukes in the league. I hope Genesis returns, but likely not in my opinion.
Yeah, we will find out in the near future here when it comes to those guys. I'm interested to see, and speaking of more players that could be in the league, like what's Chris Hudson going to be? You know, because Chris Hudson has had such a insane second half of the season here, where if he was a little bit bigger, I think he'd be a day 2 pick, but he does have that smaller frame. Like I could see anywhere from like day 4 to like, round 4 to like round 7 here for Chris Hudson. I do think that he has played himself into the draft conversation, just with his route running ability, with how he's been, so consistent catching the football, and how he's become, Noah Fafita's right-hand man, essentially, as the season has worn on. Is there anybody else that you could see from a kind of NFL standpoint?
Maybe any of the O-linemen, you think? Like, what year is Deuced? Off the top of my head, I forget.
I think that Deuce will come back. He didn't have the best year this year.
I'm just thinking of guys that like have that kind of buzz about them, where if they get the right evaluation, they could just go.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I don't know. You know who would know? Mr. Tyler Warden.
Ismail Ahmadi could be like a kick returner potentially.
Ooh,
we'll see, like a little
like
JJ
that.
Taylor type of role for a guy like Ismail Ahmadi. We'll find out. But
what do you think about like and now obviously the player that I'm about to name had a much more productive college career than Chris Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about like a Chris Hudson, Jacob Cowing comparison? Literally both marked the exact same, 5'11", 170 listed. I feel like, why can't Chris Hudson kind of make a team and just try to be like a impact kind of a player? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I think he should be on a roster for sure. Sam wants to know what's happening with Trey Smith, not the most recent commit Trey Smith, but that is the defensive end that we had a season-ending injury, Trey Smith. And as you noted, Sam, you think he's only played, 3 games here, or 4 games here in this season. And so, he has the ability to do that redshirt rule. Actually, he played 5 games. So I guess that's that. Unfortunately, as a redshirt senior, he played the 1 game further than what you're allowed to play. I don't know if he would have come back anyways because he had spent 5 years in college, I believe. So a 6th year might have been too much in his eyes anyways. But it does seem like maybe, unfortunately, we missed the redshirt rule there by a mere 1 game.
Damn.
Kevin,
tough.
can we get to this extra $20? What do we think?
I don't know. I mean, it's really not up to us, is it? It's up to you. So
I'm sitting here. You say it's not up to us, and yet I'm sitting here and I'm like, should I just donate like $5?
Hey, man, you do what you got to do, my friend. You do what you got to do.
I did on the D-back show.
You did. Put his money where his mouth is. And in the chat, Roberto the Coffee Guy says, Hudson is not as quick as Cowing, but is good with separation. And the Real Pigeon says, Hudson is a better contested catcher than Cowing. Dude has crazy eyes for the ball, even through defenders being right on his tail. And I think that's true. And I think like also Chris Hudson is one of the transfer players that I think kind of really warmed up this year.
Totally.
Right? Like I think the player that he actually is the player that we're seeing now. And I think early on in the year, it took him time to get used to the system. I believe he was coming off of like a spring training injury kind of a situation. So yeah, seeing him warm up and kind of get his full talent on display is really impressive as well. But yeah, I don't know, Damon. Are we gonna get that last $20, or should we just get out of here?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that would be funny. I'm trying to think of something like San Diego related that like we could do while we're out there. If we do get the Holiday Bowl, if we do get the Vegas Bowl potentially, if it's a Vegas situation.
I would say go surfing, but I don't know how to swim.
I was about to say go surfing as well. But
so that would just be like...
It is in fact December or early January. And I think that's like peak shark season too. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, do I really want to do that right now?
Do I really want to be a person that can't swim in a sea of literal sharks? That does not sound like I'm returning to the next episode of the podcast. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. Dressed like live pod from San Diego, dressed like Ron Burgundy.
I was saying before the show, like one of the ideas I had for our ladder here on the right is me and Damon, like if you guys got enough, me and Damon like swap clothes for a show or something. Like I'm over here like scrunched into my clothes, and Damon's over there like peeking out from under his shirt.
We're gonna go to the bathroom right here that we have in our office and get stalls next to each other and just start handing clothes over the top to one another, doing like a relay race of clothes here.
That's actually really funny.
Oh, you missed that. You'll want these.
That's awesome. That is awesome. But yeah, I don't know. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't, Damon. Because honestly, well, Mr. Tyler Ward said, if we hit 600, you get blacked out with me before the SDSU game in 3 weeks. Can we do it for free? Mr. Tyler Warden? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one seems like a given. Unfortunately, actually, that's the game I will be missing.
Oh, true.
I know. Damn. Very sad. I've missed this game 2 years in a row now, the Phoenix game. I missed the UCLA game last year, and I'm like, bro, like, come on, man. Yeah. But is what it is. It'll be fine. Kevin, you could go blacked out, though. That sounds electric.
It does. It does sound absolutely electric.
Dude,
blackout or not, I would like to commit to sharing a beer with Mr. Tyler Warden. Man knows ball. It would be great to share a beer with him. So
yeah, no doubt about it. Why don't we just go ahead and say, hey, you know what? We'll round up to 600. We'll owe the chat something, and we'll do something embarrassing.
We don't even got to round up because our guy Connor got us.
What a goat!
Play the air horn.
Bam, bam, bam. I was willing to do it anyways. I think, Kevin, that means we got to do one more shot. I said.
I'm all.
And then that's how we'll round out the show.
That ain't nothing but a word, my friend. And thank you as Damon pours us some shots. Thank you to each and every donor today. Thank you to Norin. Thank you to Connor. I'm not going to name them all because I will forget one, and that would be very rude. So if you donated, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not from me, not from Damon, who very generously just poured me a shot. But
it's generous, all right.
From the big brothers, big sisters of America, thank you. You guys are donating to a good cause. This money's not going into me and Damon's pockets. It's going to the kids that need it and helping out a great cause. So thank you. You guys deserve to pat yourself on the back. Go to sleep tonight. Feel like you have good karma because you do. You always do when you tune into this podcast. But when you donate, when you tune in, it doubles up your good karma. So thank you. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys.
This has been special, man.
Yes.
Truly. I appreciate everybody. Like I said,
Anonymous with $5.
We had like a $1,000 threshold, and I told Kevin, man, I think we should let's get a little bit more realistic here. Let's get $500, and you guys still blew us away. We did not think that this was going to be possible. We now owe you guys a Becky Burke workout, a 24-hour live stream, and of course what was the
999 challenge.
A 999 challenge.
And we're going to crash
Arizona
ASU's pod, which is the best.
Crash ASU's pod, and then we also, of course, there's an IOU, a big fat IOU, Kevin, that's just sitting there waiting for the people to cash in.
We'll
come up with something else, something even bigger potentially that we could accomplish for you guys. But until the meantime, appreciate everybody for hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for your great donations, especially Norin.
AZ Cat Dan, $5. Thank you.
Another donation here from a great listener of ours, AZ Cat Dan. And we will take our third shot here. My fourth shot overall.
Good luck, Charlie.
Salud.
Dare I say it gets better every time.
I'm getting hammered today at work.
I love it. I'll take you home, Damon. I don't give a damn.
Take me to San Diego, where I belong, Kevin. It's a good way to just kind of round the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll come up with something. Maybe we'll come up with something San Diego based. Like maybe that $600 one could be something we can do at the bowl game with all of you guys when you guys meet up with us out there. Going to be so much fun.
Chat, what if Damon and I found like a local food challenge in San Diego?
Oh my God.
That we could try to accomplish. I know that's 2 food challenges, but one is so many months away. You know what I mean?
Just sitting there.
Yeah, what if we did like a steak challenge or like a taco challenge or something like that? That could be really fun.
Something spicy maybe?
Yeah, I'm not
something like some sort of like spice challenge.
Maybe I shouldn't give them this power, but I'm not a big spicy fan. I like well-spiced food.
How's your passport looking, Kevin? Is it up to date? Should we go to Tijuana?
Oh, it's up to date. Yeah, it's up to date.
Should we go to Tijuana for the...
We can go to Tijuana, yeah.
Something to think about.
I don't know. AZ Wildcats pod goes international.
Maybe that's what it is. We go to Mexico and we hang out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll come up with it in the meantime. But again, this has been extremely humbling for me and Kevin, honestly, to you guys. Wouldn't be possible without the fine people of this chat, and the such generous donations that we received. You guys are all the best. We have blown it out of the water here at PHNX. I believe we're leading now the charge here in terms of donations. So means the world to us. Hopefully we can hold on to that crown. But if we don't, means that somebody else came in and brought it over the top and added even more money to a great cause. So,
I want to lose.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the top.
Maybe we should want to lose. But appreciate everybody for watching. Love you guys so much. Been a great show. Talking bowl projections. We'll be back on a Thursday. We won't be live tomorrow. Wednesday is our off day. Thursday at 2 p.m. discussing Arizona's upcoming matchup with Auburn on the weekend. And we're going to be previewing that Arizona-Auburn matchup all the rest of the week. Make sure that you guys tune in for that one. Hopefully we'll get Justin Spears as well. Maybe some other interviews in the works. Pigeon, other interviews. Eyeball emoji. But we're going to make that happen. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel. And please, please, please rate and review on your favorite podcasting platform. Follow me at Damon Dog. That's CAWG. Follow him at Kevo Posts. And follow us at PHNX_Wildcats, except for on TikTok where we're at AZ Wildcats Pod. Appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you so much for all these great donations. And we'll catch you on a Thursday at 2 p.m. Until then, peace out. Bear down.
And go Cats. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We all silly like the mayor.